We all know Dexter's a boy genius, and he's accomplished many feats with his unusual gadgets and doodads, with most of them being destroyed by Deedee one way or another. But, as we all know, some of those inventions are actually more impressive than they're given credit for.
Success! Peanut butter and jelly. Delicious.
Welcome to The Rewind. These are Dexter's greatest inventions in Dexter's laboratory. Or is it laboratory? Anyways, before we begin, make sure to give this video a like and hit that subscribe button for good luck. Animal Atomizer.
What does this button do? Do not push the button. You have no idea what it does.
The Animal Atomizer was the first invention that Dexter named his greatest work in the 7-minute short Changes that became a pilot for the series, later a segment of its 4th episode. A simple remote with a button, it combines the positive and negative polarities and sucrose radium to excrete the elements of any variety of zygomorphy. In plain English, it turns you into a random animal. Of course, Deedee gets her hands on the Atomizer, and she and Dexter get into a war of quick changes until, trapped as a tortoise and a snail, they must reach the shiny red button before Mom gets upstairs to check on them.
You kids stop fooling around and come downstairs or you'll miss your bus.
Green Thumb 1.
I give you the green thumb. An anti-botany laser-emitting device capable of destroying any backyard plant.
Sometimes, a single invention formed the basis for an entire segment of Dexter's lab. At other times, a cascade of creations were unveiled to solve a problem, usually created by yet another invention. The Green Thumb 1 was the culmination of Dexter's botanical efforts in You Vegetable Leave It, after Deedee let his experimental growth hormone loose on the backyard. Dexter claimed it emitted a laser, but its attacks on the ravenous mutant plants looked an awful lot like materialized green gardening tools. It's the capper in one of Dexter's most memorable runs of inventions, and its pairing with a left-field cowboy getup is an extra bit of fun. Dexatorium.
Welcome to the Dexatorium, the ultimate gaming arena! So when do I get to kick your butt?
Inventions upon inventions abound in the Dexatorium. Tired of Deedee's winning streak at every board game the two play on a rainy day, Dexter decides midway through Game for a Game to take things to the next level. His souped-up takes on Hungry Hungry Hippos, Twister, and Battleship, appropriately disguised from the copyright lawyers, initially turned the tide in the competition. But while the Dexatorium's mechanization enables Dexter to bridge the gap with his sister's creativity and agility, sometimes through outright cheating, it doesn't have any built-in protection against Dexter's own hubris.
Alright, Deedee, the game, my choice, the place, the lab, the time, now!
Dream Machine.
A device which uses a unique theta wave agitator to hyperactivate my lower causal thyroid gland and deliver pleasant dream imagery to my subconscious mind.
One of those inventions that carried an entire segment, the Dream Machine even lent its name to the cartoon it featured in. It also gets one of the most dramatic introductions of any of Dexter's inventions in the series, impressing even Deedee. Looking a bit like a giant telescope with a brain-patterned grid instead of a lens, this lunar-powered device monitors the dreams of a sleeping subject and tries to keep them regulated on the pleasant side. With its far-out design and beneficial function, this is an invention you might wish could actually work. However, the Dream Machine has one design flaw. Someone else needs to stay awake and monitor your dreams to ensure they don't become nightmares. And that's a pretty big flaw when the only person you can recruit to run the machine is Deedee.
Press the button! Ah, police!
Reverse belt.
Or easy forward so that it sounds reverse.
Reverse.
No, Robot wins!
The reverse belt isn't the most elaborate of Dexter's inventions. It isn't the most multifaceted. I mean, it doesn't seem to have any useful applications, but it's also the perfect example of a lack of real science not hurting the show at all. The reverse belt's appearance in Dexatorium makes for one of the series' best segments. By inventing such a useless gadget and then leaving it on after testing, Dexter sets himself up for one gag after another, playing with reverse motion, reverse dialogue, reverse sound effects and music, you name it. It goes backwards and forwards on him at the worst possible time. Animation can really do wonders with this sort of material, and Dexatorium gets the most out of its premise, all thanks to a simple belt.
Dexter, what have I told you about running on the stairs? Slow down, you're gonna hurt something!
Timmy.
Deedee broke and Timmy ate. And Deedee broke and Timmy ate. And Deedee broke some more. And Timmy ate some more.
Not all of Dexter's creations were mechanical. His work in biology produced human clones, dinosaurs, and even the chupacabra. But the most endearing of his living beings has to be the little Timmy termite. This big-eyed bug is genetically modified to eat metal instead of wood, the better to act as a cleanup service whenever Deedee wreaks havoc in the lab. But Timmy isn't just some handy janitorial service. Dexter is genuinely fond of little Timmy, and the two of them have a master-dog type of relationship. Of course, that means that Timmy can develop separation anxiety. If your dog's teeth have ever done a number on your furniture when you're out of the house, just imagine what a metal-eating termite can do to a laboratory.
How could you do this to me? Don't I treat you well? I feed you, I play with you, and what do I get in return? Half of my lab has been eaten?
Dex Transformer. The Dex Transformer is one of the most iconic and oft-used inventions of the series. It was originally born of desperation, with the substitute gym teacher rejecting his excuse slips and subjecting the class to never-ending subjugation by bullies. Dexter needed some way to survive in Dexter Dodgeball. This robot suit did its job against its intended targets, but it couldn't stop Dexter from being tagged out by someone else. Neurotomic Protocore.
Not this man, dog. As long as I live, you will never possess the Neurotomic Protocore.
Ego Trip wasn't primarily concerned with robots from the future. It was the ultimate battle between Dexter and his hated rival Mandark, all over what may have been Dexter's most powerful creation, the Neurotomic Protocore. Initially another invention that Mandark seeks to pilfer from the lab, Dexter keeps the core with him into adulthood. Reduced to a spineless cubicle-designing cog in a corporate machine, he secretly develops blueprints to harness the core's functions as an energy source and a means of granting advanced intellect and materialization abilities. Mandark eventually acquires the core and foolishly turns its positive energies negative, thus draining the intellect of the world's population to slake his own lust for knowledge. But when Dexter manages to reclaim the world, he can use it to recreate the Earth as a utopia.
Where are my presents? We are your presents. We're you. Don't you recognize us? You are.
Robo Dexo 2000.
I told you you had to mess things up. Now what do we put that volcano with? I got your big mouth. That's it.
The successor to the Dex Transformer, the Robo Dexo 2000 enjoyed an even longer career on the series. At 8 appearances in the original run, it was the most used of Dexter's many robots. It was also one of Dexter's most shameless monuments to himself. The Robo Dexo has his square shape, color scheme, approximations of his glasses and purple gloves, and it even has his short stature when put up against other giant robots and monsters. It can usually hold its own against these threats, so long as Mandark, Deedee, or Dexter's arrogance don't get in the way. Computer.
Oh, yes, Dexter. It feels wonderful.
Years before Plankton made himself the henpecked husband to computer wife Karen in SpongeBob SquarePants, Dexter had invented his own female-voiced intelligence. Properly titled the Quadruplex T3000 computer, she is a level-headed AI with proper manners, responsible for maintaining the entire laboratory. Computer's calm logic sometimes meant she was more focused on the upkeep of the lab than Dexter himself. His passions and fits of ego often blinded him to the damage he did to his own causes, and Computer would be there with a gentle but unsparing assessment.
It would be my pleasure retrieving that information for you. Atomic output is 664.1.
That's gonna be it, folks. Was there anything that we missed? Before you leave, don't forget to give this video a like and leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Check out these other videos right here at The Rewind, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any of our future uploads.